It's not funny, I swear, and I've been laughing before I even started pressing record, but I'm just thinking about how, like, to put things into perspective, to kind of, like, put things in context, I have, like, multiple PhDs at this point in self-neglect. And the subject of this video, the theme is basically learning to listen to your body and, what it communicates in terms of needs, right? There was a point in my life when I was so numbed, like, away from my intuition, that I just didn't really know what to do for myself. And I did things that I didn't want to do, right? And I take full responsibility for that. Something that I want to make clear in at least one of these videos, but hopefully all, is that, again, I'm not perfect. I'm learning just like everyone else is. My aim is not perfection, by the way. I need to make that clear. I'm not trying to be perfect. Perfection isn't real. I'm just trying to be... I'm not trying, actually. I'm like resigning from trying. Just being a human being. That's what it's really all about. Getting back to it, though, for the longest time, I was very numbed away from my intuition. From the communication that, my body just needed to let me know, right? When you are, when you're unsafe, you feel it. When you're safe, you feel it. When you need something, you feel it. When you don't need something, you feel it. Regardless, you feel it. And that is communication. And so, I look at that, and because there's something that I've been thinking about. I mean, I wrote it down. I don't remember it word for word, but when the body is communicating unhealthy discomfort, right? There's discomfort that helps you grow, and there's discomfort that's unhealthy, right? A majority of the discomfort that I've felt throughout my life has been unhealthy. But when your body communicates unhealthy discomfort and you don't listen to it, you don't cater to it, you don't say, yes, I understand, I won't do that, I would argue that that's self-harming, right? And that's not healthy. If you don't want to do something and your body is communicating to you not to fucking do it, the best path is to not do it, right? And if you do end up doing it, then you're self-harming. You're fucking yourself up. And so that's kind of like, I look back on my life and everything, and I just realize, like, here's the challenging thing. Here's the really challenging thing. I remember listening to a life coach say that he's been through, like, a bunch of things that he never really wanted to do, and all because he didn't know that he could say no, right? Obligation is not even a second language to me. It's a fucking... It's like a native tongue to me, and it's not only that, but also, like, when you don't want to do something, I mean, here's the fucking mindfuck, right? When you don't want to do something, but it's like there's a consequence for saying no, and the consequence is a negative thing, right? Like, it's something that you don't want, which is really unfair. I think that that's manipulative and abusive. So it's like, essentially, you are kind of forced to say yes, right? Because you don't want to deal with the negative consequence. Maybe it's like an ultimatum or something, right? Kind of like puts you into a corner, right? And it kind of like suffocates you and isolates you there and everything. And, for a number of different reasons, we have a tendency to numb, right? And then therefore not be in touch with what we're feeling, right? We numb through many different forms, whether it's media, substances, whatever, right? And just learning to like disengage from that stuff and find more of a balance, but more specifically to really get in touch with the voice, with the intuition, with that thing that is trying to talk to you, because it's trying to talk to you. It is. And the more that you can really just like be present with that and understand what that is, understand what that means, understand what it's trying to communicate to you, the better off an individual will be, you know? I have felt so numbed throughout my life, and because of that, like, totally unaware of my intuition, totally unaware of that necessary communication, you know? The body communicates, regardless of whether we listen or not. It does. The scary thing is, though, depending on how, like, numb a person is from their intuition, they might not really be in touch with that voice that's trying to be like, I wouldn't do that, you know? And then you do it, and then it's like, I told you, right? And then it's like, if you try to go do it again, it's like, you know not to do that now. But you still don't listen to it again, and you do it again, and it fucks everything up, you know? It's just, it's a really fucked up dynamic, it really is. It's fascinating. I met somebody the other day that obviously I didn't know. And I was just talking about my life, just things that I'm going through right now. You know, different like events that are happening right now. And I expressed concern for like one of the things that I'm going through right now. And you know, it was fascinating because she was like, I know that I don't know you. But she basically said, I hope that you can put yourself first. I hope that you can take care of yourself and do what you need to do for yourself. And as a result of everything that I've been talking about, that's like why I have struggled to put myself first. When you're numb to yourself, when you don't really know your own voice, when you don't really know, you know, like when this communicates to you, but you're not present to listen because you're numb, right? You're gonna have a really hard time making healthy decisions in life, right? And if you're somebody who doesn't know how to put yourself first because you feel so overly responsible for everybody else, guilty. You're gonna have a very hard time doing the best that you can for yourself. You really are. You really are. You're gonna have a very hard time with it. And so, you know, I'm really just working on putting myself first and just like listening to that voice inside of me, you know, and really doing the best that I can to just silence out external voices and noises and stuff and just listen to myself, you know. I'm really taking into consideration the gravity of choices, you know, just how serious all that stuff is, because it really is. It's very serious. Choice is a very serious thing. And I kind of just want to end off with this because I think that this is just an important element to add. I woke up this morning and I just realized that I'm going to be 40 in 6 years. And that's fucking crazy. It really is. Time has flown by like that. It's just gone right the fuck by. And, you know, I'm really just kind of considering how all of the beliefs that I've held throughout my entire life have really kind of like done that to me. And I've talked about that metaphor before. And, you know, I really haven't, it's hard to admit. It really is hard to admit. I really haven't done the best that I can for myself. I have a lot of potential. I have a lot that I want to do. And I need to not be comfortable. I need to not play small. I need to, do what I want to do. In terms of, just to like paint a story real quick, I mean, it's not even a story, it's just kind of like a metaphor, and I'll end off with this. I've been painting with the same fucking brush, the same fucking brush strokes, the same fucking monotone gray on this canvas that is my life, and I'm ready to just throw this fucking brush out and try something else. Try a different brush stroke, a different color, maybe I want to punch it and see what's on the other side, right? There's so much. And oftentimes what does end up happening for a multitude of reasons is an expansive view to a contractive view, where you can see hardly fucking anything. And I just don't want to live that way.